What up? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Fencer Princess, SoundCloud, SoundClick, and everybody else who don't watch my videos. Yo, it's your boy Tone 202. And I just want to say that Star Wars is The Force Awakens comes out tomorrow. Today's the 17th of December. And I am, I don't know where this is at in the episode, as far as the stories are concerned. Well, I guess since Harrison Ford is in it and he's old, so this is after the Empire struck back and all that other stuff. So okay, so this is up to par. But I just want to say, I probably speak for the majority of Black people that I know, that we are vehemently against Jar Binks. So if let's just, I haven't bought a ticket yet, but I do plan on seeing it soon, probably on the this weekend or something. But I want, how can I say this? Look, I have like most people been following Star Wars ever since the first three came out 20 some odd years ago. And I've also looked at the YouTube stories, the backstories on YouTube. So I watched all that when they talks about, Exar Kun and, all of the other emperors other than the emperor that Vader served. When they talk about Darth Plagueis and all of them, I've followed all those stories, and when the Hutt Empire was a lot larger, and so I followed all those stories. So, I listened to all those backstories and on YouTube. I also watched the Clone Wars, all 8 seasons. But the new Clone Wars they got out now, it's not the Clone Wars anymore. It just sucks. It's they dumbed it down. It's very kiddie now. The other one, they was getting it in, like people was punching people, you know what I'm saying? Folks was dying. People was dying left to right. Your favorite Jedis were dying. And So I am a true Star Wars fan, although I've never dressed up like any. But I'm a true Star Wars fan. I'm a fan of the storyline. And because I wrote a book, shameless plug, I wrote a book called The Sorrowed King. It's on Lulu.com. The Sorrowed King, ED. But Jar Jar, even in the Clone Wars, I hated the character of Jar Binks. I don't know who thought of this dude, but one reason why blacks can't stand Jar Binks is because, one, we're serious about Star Wars. And Jar Binks, nothing I've ever seen him in is serious. Nothing. He's like the comic relief that you don't want. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you just... He's so irritating. No matter what, you just don't want him. I was cool with C-3PO and the other droid with the funny. I mean, R2-D2, C-3PO, they bring out some funny. But Jar Binks is like overkill with the funny. It's not funny. It's just not. We don't want to see a whole episode that's around Naboo, around the Gungans. Now, let me say this. Jar Jar is the only Gungan that I don't like. Because the other ones I kind of like. I liked one story that they had when one of the Gungans tried to betray and the other Gungans, and he hypnotized like the leader. And when he hypnotized them with the necklace, and was gonna start war with Naboo. And the Gungans live underwater, so and they have issues with the Earth dwellers. who live on the land dwellers, and I kind of like that story. Uh, but I never liked Jar Jar period because Jar Jar is just they make him clumsy funny and try to make him like he's kind of like a who's that dude with the hat clumsy all the time. It's funny back in the movies when they didn't have any Charlie Chaplin. They try to make him like a Charlie Chaplin funny, but of course Charlie Chaplin didn't speak. But that's how he's like a clumsy funny, like a like kind of like Three Stooges almost, and it's just not funny. Whoever wrote that character in, it's not funny. So I am vehemently against Jar Jar Binks, and I am hoping by all the galaxies far, far away that I don't see one bit of Jar Jar Binks, and according to the storyline, I shouldn't. But then, well, that's not true because you might, because Jar Jar Binks didn't die when all the Jedi's died. So there might be an old Jar Jar Binks to just show up, but Misa, Yusa, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that. Now I don't mind seeing the Gungans like get at it and fight because I like the way the Gungans fight. I like their shield rays. I like their underwater ships. I like them as warriors. Even in the tall, lanky with the ears and the showing their special ability of how they swim and how they can hold their breath. All that. They actually showed why the Gungans swim so well is because, of course, they're like fish, but they have a special fluid in their body that helps them swim well. And one time, Jaja actually used it to save Queen Amidala, and he pretty much she was underwater with him fighting, and her helmet cracked, and he spit on her helmet. And it solidified the crack so she wouldn't die. And he was like, "This is why we swim so well." So that was dope. That's in the Clone Wars. I don't know what episode, what season, but that's in the Clone Wars. So I like stuff like that, but the him talking and flopping around. So no. And most black people that I've talked to, I think it was about maybe not maybe two, three, no. Anyway, but most black people, our opinion is we don't like Jar Jar. It's almost a mockery, Misa. It's like it's just overkill. It's just like nah. We kind of feel about it like when the Transformers, like the second one, and they had the two Transformers that were black, and they made them with big lips, and then they asked them something about reading, and they was talking all black, and they said no, we don't read, which was just telling us that Michael Bay is just a racist bastard. But nonetheless, he's like, no, we don't read, as if black people don't read. Like, you need to do your history. Like, get off of that. So I'm not saying Jaja is a play on, trying to discredit black people as far as being intelligent, but I'm saying it irritates me like that. It just, it's just not as personal as what Michael Bay did. But Jaja just irritates me to a level of I can't stand to hear it. So that's what I'm saying when I'm making a comparison of the Michael Bay movie. Like, I couldn't stand to hear that. Like, I don't think I ever watched that movie again because Michael Bay did that. So, but Jaja, whenever I see him, man, I just... So this, I'm just giving a shout out to all blacks who stand together, united against Jar Jar Binks. Like Jar Jar Binks could not like come to my house and want to chill and play. Nah, I'd be like, Jar, you gotta go, man. You ain't right in the head, son. You got to go back to Naboo, homeboy. You can't hang out with me. Like if I was the Jedi, I'd be like, man, you can't ever come with me. You clumsy, and you always starting something. Like you just be tripping over stuff. Like, just can't you just shut your mouth and be still? Like Ja, like yo, I would send him to a galaxy far, far away. I'd be like Ja, yo, you need to go to the. I would send him to like the system of the Outer Rim, and I would have him go hang out with like XR Coon or something like that. You know why I sent him? I would send him to Dathomir. Uh, that's why I sent him. I'd be like, yo, go hang out with the crazy chicks on Dathomir. You know what I'm saying? Because they be on some wild stuff. They love Jar Jar. I don't think there's any water on Dathomir though. I'd be like, yo, go hang out with the crazy chicks on Dathomir. Anyway, this your boy Tom 202. Man, Star Wars forever. I'm out.